Hello everybody, welcome to Snyder's Inc. And today we have got a Doxia Mysteries video, and this is The Disturbing Part of TikTok, Volume 1. We're gonna get right into this. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and comments thing down below. If you'd like to help me out with donations, you can hit super thanks, or you can link to my PayPal in the description below. And let's get right into this. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and comment your thing down below. Let's go.
Xiao Xiao is a huge internet sensation, amassing tens of millions of views on YouTube and TikTok. Though with each video you watch, you start to realize that something is off. You get the impression that Xiao is being used, abused, and bullied for exposure, mostly from what looks like her own family. Now obviously the other person, which seems to be a relative, is laughing while doing it, so you could maybe consider this as a stunt, where Xiao pretends to be pissed off. And there really are some videos that seem to be scripted and planned out, where Xiao also seems to know what's going on. But there are also numerous videos which don't look staged at all. Sometimes Xiao even becomes physical, trying to attack people who mock her. Others in the comments also point out that they feel bad about how she's being treated, and so the sentiment is definitely leaning towards it not being a stunt to garner attention.
Yeah, this doesn't look like a case for someone's in on the thing here. This looks like someone's not being used there for being used for social media. But obviously we don't know, but that's what it does come off as.
But rather her being taken advantage of, at least in some videos. According to people on the internet, Xiao suffers from primordial dwarfism and forms of intellectual disabilities. It's unclear how old she is. The ages range from 14 up to 36. Initially, Xiao built her platform mostly on Chinese social media sites. With the rising popularity, she would lean towards more Western platforms, and her content would also get cross-posted there. I haven't seen too many discussions surrounding Xiao on bigger social media sites here in the West, but there were a few posts on Reddit talking about it. Xiao Xiao. Has anyone else heard of her? I think she's a disabled 33-year-old Chinese woman, and she's been going viral lately. People have been racist to her, saying they want to cause her physical harm, and just overall being terrible to her. Her parents are apparently abusing her. Some translators have said she's repeatedly telling them to stop filming. She clearly seems to be in distress or upset in all of the videos. It feels like she's being provoked. And there was even a video where they had her in trash bags and swung her around. But people are too busy mocking her to care.
What?
Honestly, I'm not sure what I'm allowed to show here because certain videos are clear cases of bullying, even though in the descriptions it says that no harm was caused. Comments are mostly from people telling the man to leave Xiao alone. Last video was uploaded on the 12th of December last year. This caused people to claim that Xiao passed away, but there has been no evidence for this claim. Shortly after these rumors, Xiao started uploading again and is uploading to this date. It remains unclear if she's being used by relatives or if she's aware of what's happening at all times. Also, just a quick reminder.
This seems like one I don't... that seems like a tough one by what I see here. That seems tough.
If you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date. In the expansive world of social media, Matthew Lanny emerged as a prominent figure, presenting himself as a beacon of medical expertise on TikTok. Clad in professional attire and filming within hospital settings, Lanny garnered a significant following, purportedly offering advice on HIV and AIDS. However,
I have a weird feeling he has nothing to do with that. He's not professional and doesn't know a damn thing.
his facade crumbled when Lanny was arrested attempting to infiltrate a Johannesburg hospital, adorned in medical gear. The subsequent release of his viral footage depicting his chaotic arrest, with Lanny vehemently protesting his innocence amidst the turmoil, and sparked debates about the legality of his actions and the prevalence of fraudulent medical practitioners in South Africa.
Can everybody please get out? No, everybody must go out.
No. Why jump to the
I didn't.
I was with you, man.
I didn't.
I posted the thread.
I did not.
Who is this? Who is this?
Despite lacking the qualifications and experience necessary to dispense accurate medical advice, Lanny's charismatic persona and convincing portrayal garnered millions of views and tens of thousands of followers, who placed their trust in his supposed expertise. Looking back,
This is the thing. Guy's a fraud. The guy is a fraud. You can say whatever you want about some things. The guy's clearly a fraud. and don't know shit. And he got in trouble for it and got caught. And realized we all know he's a fraud. If you still believe it, then you're the problem. Because the man's clearly a fraud.
Heck, it's funny how he's LARPing as this expert type of guy. He was really feeling himself.
So she was referred yesterday from the clinic with an acute appendicitis. Then she was booked for theater. But I re-examined her, did an ultrasound, and then her appendix is perfectly fine. However, she does have a inflammation on a gallbladder, which is indicative of a prognosis of an acute cholecystitis.
Furthermore, Lenny's arrest shed light on broader issues concerning the oversight of online content, particularly in regions where fraudulent practices may go unchecked. For things so important like medical advice, people should be certified to make this type of content, and there needs to be stricter measures to combat such deceptive behavior. On YouTube, for instance, you sometimes will have a label under the video confirming that the people in the videos are certified doctors or experts. Lenny claimed that he received a medical degree from the University of Witwatersrand in Johannesburg. The institution said that this wasn't the case. He even lied to the authorities when he was asked to give his name, by giving them a fake name of a guy who was a second-year medical intern at a hospital. Lie after
Bro, my man's even lying about his identity. The man's about as fraud as it gets. You can't find bigger fraud than this fucker.
lie. I guess it's quite fitting since he faked his entire online persona. Strikingly, according to the Ministry of Health, this is only one of 124 arrests of such cases in South Africa, so this definitely is a widespread issue plaguing the country. In the aftermath of Lenny's arrest, questions lingered about the reliability of information disseminated on social media platforms and the responsibility of both content creators and consumers in discerning fact from fiction. Luke Rockwell, famously known as the TikTok English teacher, faced a significant setback when he was arrested in Thailand on September 3, 2023. The arrest stemmed from allegations of engaging in sexual activity with a 16-year-old girl. Despite a sizable TikTok following with over 1.3 million followers, Rockwell's actions stirred controversy by challenging legal limits and cultural norms.
And she was clutching her tummy, complaining about the pain in that area. I kept on asking her questions until she told me about this man she called Teacher Luke. My daughter said the first time they had sex, Teacher Luke used protection, but after he did not use any, she trusted him. Teacher Luke told her to keep everything a secret until she turned 18. He told my daughter that he loved her and would let her come live with him when she's no longer a minor.
Despite the legal age of consent in Thailand being 15, differing views emerged regarding Rockwell's liability, fueling discussions across social media platforms. Rockwell's ascent to fame was built on his knack for making English learning engaging and accessible. Employing creative storytelling, role-playing scenarios, and language challenges, he not only aided viewers in enhancing their language skills, but also cultivated a strong sense of community among his followers.
I didn't realize until I moved to Thailand how much I hate Thais. They're just too hot to wear around your neck.
He was working at private Christian schools in Thailand. There, he decided to DM a 16-year-old girl on Instagram, and it quickly got romantic, leading to both being in a relationship. Keep in mind that Luke was 29 at the time, and obviously in an authoritative position. For instance, in Germany, the age of consent is actually 14, but if you abuse your position, for example as a teacher, trainer, mentor, etc., to date someone who is 14, then that will constitute a legal offense. Luke may have been worried that this might apply to his situation as well, since he told the girl to keep their relationship a secret until she turned 18. The girl kept it quiet for the most part, but everything got exposed when she went to the doctor and was diagnosed with chlamydia and gonorrhea, which she allegedly got from the intercourse with Luke. Now you could argue that this isn't pretty evidence for the existing relationship. While this is true, Luke would do a pretty good job at exposing himself because he filmed his intercourse with her, which is definitely against the law, and is—
Wait, he what? Oh, why? Why? What reason did you have to do that? Why do you do that? Why do people do that? I can't figure that out. Why would you? Why film yourself having sex? It's just fucking weird to me.
is by definition production of CP. The police set up a sting operation and arrested him. All of his socials are privatized, but there was one clip, which in retrospect is quite fitting.
The age of consent in America is 18 years old. In Germany, it's 14 years old.
Kimberly May Polashek, who went by Cutie Fox 91 on TikTok, was a fairly small TikToker, but she uploaded a ton. The first few TikToks were of her family, mostly children, or the regular cringy TikToks.
I'm lazy. I'm cool. I dominate the school. You may think I'm fat. You may think I'm lazy. I'm just doing me. So you don't faze me.
Just looking at her account, there
She's an awful singer. She's awful at singing.
really isn't anything suspicious. The more disgusting part was her offline behavior. In mid-2022, Kimberly was taken into custody after the Portsmouth Police Department received a disturbing tip from a concerned citizen regarding a possible assault involving a juvenile victim. Investigators said they quickly identified the victim and contacted his parents. When questioned about the assault, the parents said they had no knowledge of any such incident involving their son. Furthermore, the victim's parents told investigators that they were under the impression that their 12-year-old son had slept over at his friend's house the previous night. When police rushed to Kimberly's house, she was quickly arrested and the boy was found asleep in the apartment. While Kimberly's husband was at work, she would have intercourse with the boy and would allow him to smoke weed. Interesting to note is also that before she was arrested, she just recently got her young children back from Child Protective Services.
This dumb bitch. This fucked up individual. She got her children back and still chose to sleep with a minor. What the fuck's wrong with her? Don't answer that. Everything is.
The source reportedly said that CPS had monitored the couple for over a year and that the children will now remain at the home with their father. She even made a post about this on her Facebook account. There were a few posts on her Facebook which were pretty alarming, like this one, where she said, "This house is so quiet when you're gone. Thoughts of us are stuck in my head. I can't live this life without you in it. I hope one day I get to see your smiling face again." This message could be understood both ways. She either means her own kids, or that one boy she got caught with. She also added, quote, "Please don't come into my kids' lives and treat them like family before they were taken, and once we get them back, want nothing to do with them." It's unclear to me what she refers to here, but it seems like a family dispute. The judge set her bond at $400,000, and she remains imprisoned up until her court hearing, which should have already happened, but I haven't been able to find an update on this. This is more on the mysterious side than truly dark or disturbing. Cody Randall, a lawyer who relocated to an Atlanta apartment complex in 2021, found himself embroiled in a real-life mystery. It all began innocuously with flyers advertising a Chinese restaurant cluttering the building's doors.
I'm thinking something sketchy's been going on in my apartment complex for some while now because they say the building's full, but I never see anyone here. And now let's talk about Chinese menus. I watched the guy put these up. He did it on Friday. It's now Sunday. Are you really telling me people live here, but no one on my floor has come in or out of their building in 3 days? Like, what is going on here?
As days pass without removal,
Hold on, so he's claiming he lives in a building where no one else lives there. Not a single person lives in the building.
Cody, realizing the abnormality, coined the situation Menugate and documented it, sparking widespread intrigue. Cody's TikTok playlist gained immense traction, attracting 1.5 million views within days. When Cody bought the apartment building, the sellers told him that it'd be full with hundreds of people, but after he lived there for a while, he soon realized that he couldn't find anyone there. While he could have easily faked this, the next bit was far more convincing. Things took a sinister turn as Cody delved deeper into the mystery. Exploring the parking lot, he uncovered a sea of abandoned cars covered in dust, raising suspicions about the true occupancy of the supposedly bustling complex.
There's more cars here than there are apartments. On closer inspection, some of these cars don't look like they've moved for a while. Okay, we're gonna check the other floors. It's again plenty of cars, but also that's been there for a minute. This one too. Like, we're on the 5th floor now. It's getting a little bit empty. I mean, it is 12 o'clock on a Wednesday, but I mean, for the amount of people that are supposed to live here, there should be more cars.
After a closer look, he realized that the tags of the cars were years out of date. In later videos, he showed that the building is infested with snakes, further showing that there is no maintenance in the building and that it overall looks abandoned. The disappearance of all flyers heightened tensions, with Cody's encounters with elusive residents fueling paranoia. There are a few theories as to what's going on. Some speculate that it might be a corporate building that is only used when it's needed, and otherwise they just leave it as is. Another theory is that all of this is fake and that he set it up, which wouldn't surprise me, but I haven't seen an explanation for the cars covered in dust, which seems to be the most convincing part about this entire thing. He also has a...
Yeah, I don't have a way to explain this. I don't know what y'all think, but I cannot explain how he'd fake this. This looks... I'm convinced. I just don't know why he's the only one living there in general, but I'm convinced of it.
Reputation to lose, so I'm not sure if faking it would even be worth it. Despite theories ranging from practical to speculative, Cody maintains an active presence on TikTok, offering legal advice to his 447,000 followers, while navigating the enigmatic world of Menugate. So this is a very disgusting person who was initially uploading to Omegle, and later also created a TikTok account. On her account, she would show skinned and burned animals, their skeleton, and so on. Now, this might have been a copycat, since there's no way to confirm for sure if this was the original account, but the account was getting quite a lot of traction. It was obviously getting mass reports, leading to the ban of the account, but there's one more interesting thing. According to a few users, the person behind these accounts was charged and is in jail now, but this seemed to be a rumor at first, since there was no way of confirming it. Her activities seemed to have stopped, and law enforcement was indeed involved, which revealed her identity. Crystal Cherica Scott, a 19-year-old woman from Indiana, was selling Animal Crush videos on the internet. The procedure of obtaining the animals is also really heartless. She would go out of her way to look for families giving away their pet for free. She would take these pets and film her videos. She was sentenced to 30 months in prison and given 5 years of supervised release. In total, the FBI was able to recover 3 dogs, 12 cats, and several reptiles from her home.
That is so fucked up, the fact that she harms animals. That is so messed up. So messed up.
All of them were doing fine at the time of their rescue. The sentencing seems very mild. I don't exactly know if this is the only consequence she'll face, because earlier 7 years of prison time and a fine of $250,000, as well as 3 years of supervised release were in the room, but she apparently took a deal for only a 30 months prison sentence, which seems to be on the very low end.
Agreed.
TikToker Adam Risk staged a fake kidnapping of his girlfriend, a move that initially seemed like a romantic gesture, but soon ignited intense debates on social media regarding the boundaries of humor and the ethical implications of online content creation. Initially, the pranks were harmless.
Why do people do kidnap? A kidnapping prank is not funny. Like, I don't know anyone who has ever done a kidnapping prank and at the end of it has laughed at it. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, people's thing of pranks nowadays is so ridiculous. Like, fucking gotta do violence or just make someone angry or whatever, and then you just go prank, and then it's just supposed to be okay. Pranks aren't funny nowadays because people make them not funny.
And gained a lot of attention. Now the obvious issue at hand is, if this isn't faked or staged, then it's a 50-50 type of deal. And she either accepts and it's wholesome, or she flat out declines and it's embarrassing. However, stuff like this also can really put you in an uncomfortable situation, where you feel pressure to agree to the proposal. Otherwise, you'll make yourself pretty unpopular with the people surrounding you. Adam took it to the next level, staging a fake kidnapping to propose to her again.
I really hope she said no. I hope for the sake of to fuck up his video. I hope for the sake of all of this that he just said no. That she said no. I hope she said no to him. Because my response would be, if I found out, if I was almost fake kidnapped and at the end of the day, I turn around and they just someone a ring. I'm kicking the person who has a ring in the face. I am violent. I would be. You would not get a good response out of me. I'd walk away from y'all. I'd walk away from y'all because I'm like, no, that's not how you do it. And that's not funny to me. That's not romantic. That's nothing.
Just leave. No, please. No. Just leave. No, my ears. No, don't fucking touch me. I found my ears! My carpet, I got my ears! My bad! Yes! Alright, just Vanessa, leave it! 30 seconds, 30 seconds!
Many questioned whether the girlfriend had given genuine consent to participate in the prank, and raised concerns about the lack of consideration for emotional well-being. Also, pranks like these are unfortunately not uncommon. Fake hostage and assassination pranks, where the person that is being pranked is clueless, happened a few times.
Holy crap.
I don't know what the thought process is here. I honestly never will. What the fuck is supposed to be funny about this? And the fact that there's probably people who actually think this is funny. Explain to me, as a person, what's funny about this. If you find these pranks funny, what is funny about someone unknowingly being kidnapped and having emotional trauma done to them? What's funny about this?
This was a prank from a YouTuber named Sam Pepper, where the guy that's being
Oh, this is the guy. This one destroyed him. I think this ended his career, if I remember correctly, this stupid fucking prank. I think this ended his fucking career.
pranked 100% didn't know what was going on, and where he thought that his friend just got executed next to him, while he himself was tied to the chair. That's just completely insane, and can truly traumatize someone for their entire life. Strangely, the prank from Adam wasn't even that badly received, with multiple people in the comments wanting this to be a trend and laughing about it. But it's TikTok.
What is it? What is this about? How is this funny? How is this good? What the fuck? Y'all are stupid.
People, they are kinda brain dead anyway.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Doxia. Me and you will listen. TikTok is the brain dead most of the time.
Marie Ann Oliver Snow, or Snow the Salt Queen.
Oh, we know this one. This is the girl who accidentally shot her friend and then had no fucking remorse or anything for it.
Or also known as Yandere Freak, was a TikToker with roughly 1.5 million followers. She was well known for cosplaying, but obviously also for something way more sinister. I think cosplaying as a term is familiar to most of you, but let me still give an explanation. When people dress up in costumes and or use makeup to represent characters from anime, manga, video games or movies. Usually they not only look like the characters, they also try to imitate them. She would make numerous TikToks dressed up in some of these characters, mostly, from what I can tell, anime or movies, but I'm by no means an expert, nor does it really matter. Coming to the dark part of her story. She and a friend of hers traveled to Texas. There, they were filming TikToks at a graveyard, pretty much dancing on the graves, and being overall extremely disrespectful. As a reaction to the backlash she received, she said that she had permission to film there, not really understanding why it could be morally wrong to do what she did. Also, contrary to what she claimed, the cemetery superintendent wrote this message, pretty much denying that she had any permission, and that he would be willing to take legal action to the fullest extent if she ever showed up there again. Well, Snow couldn't care less about the backlash. She went out of her way to mock the entire situation even further. She also started a GoFundMe, allegedly for sick kittens, but just used the money for herself, which is obviously illegal, since it is fraud. Anyway, let's fast forward to the 17th of January 2021. A girl named Helen, 5 other friends, and Snow were at their apartment. They were drinking quite a lot. Snow was also smoking weed as well. Snow and one of the friends were in the garage, where she found a pistol from one of their ex-boyfriends. I think you know where this is going. And she took it with her to the room. There, all of them were watching a movie, and Snow came up with the idea to pull it out and mess with it. One of the friends told her to use it on her, and Snow raised it on her head, but quickly lowered it again. Helen wanted to join in and asked Snow to do the same to her. So Snow aimed at her, but this time actually pulled the trigger. And unfortunately, it worked. After police arrived, Snow and her friends claimed that they didn't know it was loaded. At the hospital,
You're supposed to check, you fucking idiot. You're supposed to check to make sure it's not loaded. You're gonna mess around with it.
Helen barely survived, but there was almost no brain activity, which caused her to pass away 2 days later. Now the crazy part is that Snow just continued posting on TikTok as if nothing happened, and in Helen's college, no one knew the true circumstances of her passing. Honestly, this would have been a perfect entry in my disgusting banned TikTok users video, because the TikToks she posted after taking Helen's life are super disgusting.
We've got to hide the body! There's no cheese and crackers in prison, Gromit.
Will you help me hide a body? I'm getting rid tonight. R.I.P. then. Hurry, yes, hurry.
There's not a single sign of remorse. She wasn't even banned after all of this, but rather decided to take down her accounts across all social medias, since the news finally reached the mainstream media. Moreover, after paying a bond of $20,000, Snow was let go. However, prosecutors wanted to revoke the bail in August 2021, since Snow was violating the conditions of release. She failed to comply with certain guidelines, which are absolutely necessary for a bond to stay in effect. But as we already established so far, Snow doesn't seem to care about anything. Now the next court hearing was on the 21st of October 2021 in Harris County's 230th Criminal District Court, but it is just for an evidence exchange. There's no trial date for this case. It has been over a year, and there's just no further information. A TikToker shared a video showing her interaction with an intruder who broke into her second-floor apartment while she was dancing at home. Initially, you cannot see the...
Oh, we've seen this one before too. This one we've seen a shitload of times.
man in the footage, but in the second half of the video, she manages to record him.
Alexa, off. Who are you? Who are you? Please get off. Please get out. No, please get out. Yes. Who are you? Please get out of my apartment right now. Please get out of my apartment right now. Get out. Get out.
That's something fucked up about that guy. Like, to just walk into someone's place, you have to be the most messed up individual. You have to be so not right in the head to even think that's a good idea. To even consider in your head that's a good idea is one thing of fucked upness. To go ahead with it and even after at all is the most fucked up part.
Hello? Please come in.
The man can be heard asking stuff like, "Am I your friend?" and "Are you sure?" when she responded that she wasn't friends with him. Towards the end, she knocked on her neighbor's door and fled inside. There were a few updates on this one. The first one has copyrighted music, so let me break it down. She basically says that she is on the lookout for a...
Oh, I remember this one too. This is the one Dr. Phil. She went on some doctor show. And I think this is the one. She went on some doctor show and the doctors tried to make it seem like it was her fucking fault this happened. Which is gotta be one of the most fucked up, stupidest, dipshittest thought process I've ever seen. How is it her fault that a guy, fucked up individual, climbed onto her balcony and walked into her place like he thinks he owns it? How the fuck is that anyway her fault?
safe house ever since the incident and shared the name of the intruder. It's a guy that goes by Angel Moises Rodriguez Gomez. This man is 36 years old and was arrested by US Customs and Immigration Enforcement. He faced 5 charges and was found guilty. And she also told BuzzFeed the following, quote, "In the days following the break-in, Hannah learned that the man lived in the building across the street from her. The morning after the incident, she told the leasing office what happened and they brought him in for questioning. When his story didn't align with Hannah's video evidence, the police were able to call him down to the station. He pretty much exposed himself when he admitted to climbing my balcony, but lied and said that he was invited up." She further says, "Multiple women in Hannah's building have told her that they've also had uncomfortable encounters with the same man. To me, by this video going viral, it serves some sort of justice," she said. "He won't be able to get away with what he's done, and that helps me feel a little bit better. However, he's still a danger. He's still walking freely, and that's not okay. She also
My man, if someone did that to me, let me make this clear. If some person walked up in my belly like that, and he's not a weapon, he doesn't have a weapon, my man's getting thrown off my balcony. my man, you ain't leaving. I'll make that clear. I ain't gonna be like that. Because there's a different man reaction and a woman's reaction. Woman's reaction safely made sure that she's not in pain because she don't know what the guy can do. Trust me, a guy tries to do that, oh, the guy's gonna be in pain. Guy's gonna be in pain.
takes MMA classes now for self-defense, and there was one final update, which I can show you in its entirety.
The other day I interviewed on the Dr. Oz show. I was originally super excited. I thought it was going to be great. It did not turn out how I anticipated whatsoever. So, long story short, gentleman from the show ends up just saying what a crappy job I did at handling the situation with my intruder, talked about all of the things that I did wrong, and then, which is fine, what got me was he spent a lot of time showing off all of this security shit and just little devices that you can use or buy, and then ends the segment.
Yeah, like, look, you want to see me, you invite me to your show and try to make me seem like I'm the bad guy. You put me on the show where you have her and you try to make her seem like she's the bad guy. Watch my fucking ass respond to that dude. Ain't no way you gonna try to tell me this. Cause yeah, okay, what did she really do wrong? Let me guess, her thing, she didn't have the door locked. Okay, that's a fair thing. That's fair. Always have your door locked, even if you live there. Always have your doors locked. What else? That's about it, really? What do you want to do? Go and start fighting the dude? What do you want him to do? I don't know what the fuck you wanted her to do exactly. I don't know how you... This fucking stupid. Fucked up.
With stay prepared, not scared. So I just want to piggyback off of that now. I can talk. Stay prepared, not scared. Buy yourself a firearm, learn how to use it, take up some self-defense classes, and take control of your life. Don't be a sheep. God bless all of you.
I mean, if you have been watching my videos for a while, it should go without saying that a Ring doorbell camera or CCTV cameras around your house are definitely a worthwhile investment. But to blame her specifically for what happened is really odd. I didn't check all of the interviews myself, but if she is saying the truth, then it's definitely not her fault that this happened. However, this...
I wish I could have interviewed her. I've been the only one that seemed to have some common sense. Apparently.
This clip was the final update on the situation, and she has been inactive on her TikTok ever since. If you want to see more TikTok...
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this reaction video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all for the next one.